After being reborn, I deliberately avoided every chance to ride in the same luxury car as my crush, always reminding myself I was just the driver's son. But when Guing Han noticed the empty seat next to her, she called my dad Uncle for the very first time. "Uncle Moo, you're heading out already?" Mr. Moo was completely caught off guard. "Miss, is that you? Was there something you needed?" Guing Han was irritated for no reason. "You're not waiting for Moo Chen today? He just texted me, said he's got stuff going on with classmates and he'll just take the bus home later." Guing Han's expression dropped. She'd been reborn, and things were already changing. What could Moo Chen possibly be doing? He never used to miss a single car ride with her. In their past life, he'd always show up early just so she wouldn't have to wait. But honestly, maybe this was better. Their 5-year relationship had been a thorn in Chen Zhe's side, and now that she had a second chance, she needed to keep her distance from Moo Chen. That day, I walked over 2 hours to get back to the Gu family estate. I slipped around the main courtyard and into the servants' quarters. Guing Han spotted me from the second-floor balcony. Her eyes followed me the whole way, then she called out my name. I had my earbuds in so I didn't hear her. I pretended not to notice and headed straight inside. Guing Han walked over to the servants' building with a cold look on her face, and caught the door just as I was closing it. "Moo Chen, did you seriously not hear me calling you?" I wasn't exactly thrilled about her showing up like this. "I had my earbuds in, I didn't hear you. So, is there something you need?" That's when it hit Guing Han. She'd been reborn. They barely knew each other at this point. "You're done with class. How come you didn't ride with Uncle Moo?" I kept it cold and distant. "Are you joking? You're the boss, my dad's just the driver. What gives me the right to ride with you? I didn't know my place before, but I do now. I hope you won't hold it against me, Miss Gu." Guing Han's face went cold instantly. "Good, at least you know where you stand. If the old man asks about it later, that's on you to explain. Don't go around saying I kicked you out of the car." She slammed the door and left. I didn't even flinch. This time around, I wasn't going to repeat the same mistakes. I'd already applied for new housing, just had to wait a few more days for a spot to open up. The next morning, I got up early to catch the bus. Guing Han had just woken up and spotted me leaving from the balcony. She stared at my back, her expression dark. Don't think pulling this kind of stuff is going to get my attention. A few minutes later, the bus pulled up. It was packed. I squeezed through the crowd toward the back and found a spot to stand. Then out of nowhere, I felt someone shove into me from behind. I turned around and saw a middle-aged man standing right behind me, and he gave me this little smile. I tried to move, but the guy straight up refused to budge. He just wanted to press up against me. That's when this girl came out of nowhere, seriously stunning, clutching a cactus and pushing her way through the crowd. She kept saying "excuse me" while basically using the cactus to clear a path, and pushed right up to the guy. He was a beat too slow, and got his hand jabbed by the spines. "What is wrong with you? Bringing a cactus on a bus? Watch where you're going." The girl planted herself in the spot the creep had just been standing, and gave the most half-hearted apology ever. "My bad, won't happen again. Thanks for understanding." The man shot me a look, then turned around and moved to a different spot, clearly annoyed. I looked over at the girl, and she happened to be looking down at me at the same time. Her eyes were sharp, like she was looking at an idiot. We held eye contact for a few seconds. "Are you seriously laughing at me right now?" She paused for a second. "Just a heads up. Be careful on this bus route. That type of guy is all over it. I've seen it happen plenty of times." Only then did it click. She'd been helping me the whole time. "Thanks for that. I'm Moo Chen, drama script writing major at a university. And you?" "Su Xiaowei, B University across the street, agriculture major." We were still chatting when the bus reached our stop. A university and B University are just 2 blocks apart. After getting off, I wanted to say something more, but Su Xiaowei was already gone, those long legs of hers carrying her across to her campus in no time. I headed back to class and didn't think much more about it. This year's welcome event was especially wild, because Guing Han was closing the show. Everyone wanted to see what the Gu family's little princess actually looked like. I was the only one who couldn't care less. I had zero interest in seeing Guing Han. But Shen Haoxuan absolutely dragged me there anyway. "You only get one freshman welcome show. You worked so hard to get in. Skipping it would make the whole college experience feel incomplete." Shen Haoxuan basically yanked me to a seat in the 3rd row. One of the student crew guys was running around hauling snacks and treats, totally swamped. He spotted me and begged me to carry a box of bread backstage for the performers who hadn't had time to eat. I grabbed the box, weaved through the crowd, and headed backstage. There were a ton of performers back there getting ready. I set the box down on a table by the door and instinctively glanced toward the dressing room. In my past life, I'd made a special trip back here to grab a nut-flavored bread for Guing Han, because she's allergic to peanuts, and most of the bread in the box was nut-flavored. I was scared she'd grab the wrong one and have a reaction mid-performance. But this time, I couldn't care less what happened to her. She's a grown woman. Surely she can read the word nuts. Inside the dressing room, Guing Han still hadn't left for some reason. Then there was a knock at the door. Song Yutong got up to answer it, but Guing Han was faster. She walked over and opened the door, her voice ice cold. "I don't eat." Before she could finish, she cut herself off. "Who are you looking for?" The guy at the door flinched at the look on Guing Han's face. "Miss Gu, I heard you have a performance tonight." Slam! Guing Han shut the door in his face and walked back to the couch, radiating the kind of cold that could freeze you solid. Song Yutong scratched his head. "Guing Han, do you not like Zhao Yanshin or something?" Guing Han blanked for a second. "I didn't get a good look just now." "Then who did you think it was?" Guing Han didn't answer. She was too annoyed to deal with anything right now. Moo Chen still wasn't here. In their past life, he'd already shown up by this point. She couldn't wait anymore. Guing Han finally got up and headed out, and walked right into a crowd already dividing up the bread. Song Yutong came back with a piece of bread. "Here, eat something. There's no time to go grab food now. Just wait until after the show." Guing Han looked at the bread and realized it was nut-flavored. Her face got even darker. It wasn't until she walked on stage that Guing Han finally spotted me. The crowd was going absolutely crazy for her entrance. Meanwhile, I was sitting there scrolling on my phone, apparently decided the noise was too much and just put my earbuds in. After Guing Han finished performing First Love, the crowd completely lost it. Fans rushed the stage with flowers. She'd already gotten a bunch of bouquets. But she didn't step off right away. She didn't know why, but she kept glancing over in my direction. Meanwhile, Shen Haoxuan came back to the third row with 2 bouquets and shoved one into my arms. Muchen, I'm going up to give Guing Han flowers. You coming? I handed the flowers back to him. Are you kidding me? Give flowers to Guing Han? I'd rather give them to a dog. I glanced up at the stage and remembered how much Song Yutong had done for me in our past life. I figured, sure, why not? Let's go, I'll come with you. Up on stage, Guing Han's mind went back to their past life. She hadn't taken Muchen's flowers then. This time, she'd accept them. She knew his feelings were real. Even if she didn't love him back, she still had some feelings there. Guing Han stood there, eyes locked on me as I walked up holding flowers. She didn't even realize what she was doing. But when I got right in front of her, she naturally shifted one hand free and reached out to take my flowers. Instead, I stepped right past her and handed the flowers to Song Yutong behind her. I smiled and said, "Your part of the show was amazing. Can these be for you?" Song Yutong was stunned for 2 whole seconds before he stood up and took them. "Of course, thank you." I handed them over, turned around and walked off the stage, without a single glance at Guing Han. Song Yutong made eye contact with Guing Han, looking completely lost. Guing Han suddenly turned to look at him. "What's going on between you and Muchen?" Song Yutong couldn't believe this. "What do you mean, what's going on? We're not even close!" Guing Han, "You don't think he's doing all this on purpose just to get your attention, do you?" Pfft. What is he exactly? There's no way I'd ever pay attention to someone like him. By the time I got back to the estate, it was already 10 p.m. Uncle Mu saw me come in and came right over. "Muchen, did you happen to see Miss Gu at school today? She told me not to pick her up, but it's past 10 and she's still not back. Her phone's off too. Madame Gu is out looking for her everywhere." I pulled out my phone and opened the school's freshman group chat. "Tell Madame Gu not to worry. They probably went to karaoke." Got it. I'll go let her know right now before she sends someone to bother you." Scrolling through the photos in the group chat, I noticed a guy sitting next to Guing Han. Good looking. That was Chen Zhe. So they were together after all. The next morning, Guing Han's all-nighter had Madame Gu absolutely furious. I was scared she'd rope me into the interrogation, so I got up and slipped out early. As soon as I got on the bus, I spotted Su Xiaowei. Today she was hauling a tiny, crystal-clear succulent. I was a little nervous about running into that creep from before, so I walked straight over to Su Xiaowei and said hi. She quietly shifted to make room, basically shielding me. I appreciated how thoughtful she was, so I struck up a conversation. "What's that you've got? It's gorgeous." I stared at it for a while but didn't reach out to touch it. This succulent looked just like a gift I'd received at graduation in my past life. Su Xiaowei told me it was called a Haworthia Neon Obtusa. "Do you like it?" I nodded. "Yeah, it looks like a little crystal. It really is beautiful." Before I could even finish, Su Xiaowei pushed it toward me. "Take it, it's yours." I instinctively reached out and took it, a little stunned. "Wait, for real?" Su Xiaowei's expression didn't change. "You said you liked it, didn't you? Take it. I've got tons at home." That's when I remembered she was an agriculture student. Probably really good at growing stuff like this. She did show up with a cactus last time too. Plus, a single succulent probably wasn't worth much anyway, so I happily took it. Thanks to Su Xiaowei.